Hi guys, I trust you're all well and enjoying, of course, your Easter holidays. Yeah, it is a long weekend as they normally tend to say, right? From Friday all through to Monday, you guys will be on holidays. Happy Easter and make sure that you're keeping safe. For those who are going to Naivasha, make sure that you're driving very well, right? Don't be a rally driver. So today I'll just want us to have a general talk, of course, about KASNEB exams and specifically the April exams. Number one, I want to talk about, of course, the block model paper and some of the one that you have requested. I also want to talk about why you can do a paper, one paper, maybe more than once, right? We'll also be talking about business data analytics paper, the best way, how you can pass that paper on one soup. And of course, we'll also be talking about if at all you want to pass this April 2022 exams, what are you supposed to do, right? So these are the four main elements that we'll be talking about. So number one, let us start with the recent, based on the recent questions that you guys have been asking Mwalimu a lot about the model papers. Remember last video I shared some model papers which majority of you've literally really appreciated it. That is so well, and we also do really appreciate you guys. So what I've done below this video on the comment section, I have attached some model papers. Of course, I'll be attaching more as we continue. So I've attached some model papers below this video. Make sure that you've downloaded the model paper and try to go through, of course, the questions that we have basically analyzed for this April 2024 exams, right? Number two, this is in regard to the aspect of theory Q&A. I talked about this sometimes back. Of course, I've been talking about this on my videos. This is one thing that now we must be very, very, very kind of serious with. You see? So you realize that the way KASNEB are setting their exams nowadays, more so for computation, right? Whereby it is a blend of theory and computation. You get theory to be like 40 to 30% or 30 to 40%, whereas practical or maybe computation will constitute of 60%. 40% are so many marks, right? These are marks that can take you places you've never seen before. So also again, this is what Mwalimu has done for us because of the love that Mwalimu has for us. Below this video, on the comment section, I've also attached the theory Q&A for advanced financial management and advanced financial reporting. Of course, I'll be attaching the rest as we continue. For my students who are doing financial management, of course, financial reporting, you know what you do in class, right? I'm going to, of course, give you that secret. I'll also be sharing with you guys as the time goes by, right? As at the end of the day, you're all my good students, okay? So that is to say, make sure that you've taken advantage of the theory Q&A for a FAR and the FEM that I've attached below this video. Now, let's talk about your revision, guys. Why can you, or rather, you'll find that at this point, you can literally do one paper more than once, right? You can literally do one paper more than once. What is the main reason behind it, right? In this case, specifically for theories, this will depend with how you're doing your revisions, right? I know there's one who had asked me, of course, on this channel. Of course, I think that was on a previous video. Mwalimu company law, sikuamini kama nezanguka, right? Or auditing, sikuamini kama nezanguka auditing. That is to say, I didn't believe that I could not pass audit on the first attempt, right? Remember, this is always a very slippery paper. in a sense that number one, majority of you guys, you'll always tend to say that this is theory. And also while doing your revisions, this is a mistake that you'll always tend to do, right? You have your paper, doing your revisions, you have your revision kit, right? At the back of your mind, you'll be like, I'm having the solution. So whenever you try to handle a question and maybe you're not getting it right, you rush to the solutions directly. That is very suicidal. Whatever that you're doing is suicidal. Why? Because yes, you're going to get the solution of that answer. What about if this question is being twisted a bit? How are you going to handle it? So always make sure that whenever you're doing your revision, more so this period that has remained. Talk about you're looking at we are looking at about maybe three weeks to 1 month, right? So what is the best way on how you can do your revisions? This is a trick that Molimu want to share with us here, right? The trick that Molimu want to share with us here, just a moment here. You'll find that the trick that Molimu basically will share with us at this point, this is what you must always try to do. At any given point in time, whenever you're doing revisions, right? You're handling a question and you feel like maybe this question, something on this question, you can't handle it very well. The best way to handle it is make sure that you go to your notes. You're handling a question, this thing becomes so hard, or maybe you don't get the concept right. Go to your notes. Instead of you rushing to the solutions, make sure that you rush to what? You rush to your notes. That will be very, very easy on your end. In a sense that going through your notes, other than the question that you'll be answering, you'll find that you're going to gauge, you're going to widen your scope of revision because you'll be able to pick some of various concepts in your notes. So make sure that avoid that method of revision. Like because you're having a revision kit, whenever something comes difficult, you rush to your solutions. No, kindly avoid that. Avoid that. That applies to, of course, other than theory. That one also applies to of course, the rest of the subjects, which also includes computation. Make sure that you take this advice of Mwalimu. I know when you take this, when the results will be released, we'll all be here, right? We've also said that we'll be doing about business data analytics. Wow. These are people that students are failing to a sense that I can't even say, right? Because you'll find that number one, for the students who are doing business data analytics, majority of them probably they decided that they are not joining class. Why? Because number one, they have Excel knowledge, and in their mind is that business data analytics is all about Excel. Yes, it is true. It has a majority of the concepts to do with Excel, but what you should not forget is that for business data analytics, right? These are kind of if at all these are blend, if at all you can say, right? These are cocktail of whatever that you did at your basic level, which includes the concept of financial reporting, the concept of financial management, the concept of auditing, the concept of taxation, the concept of management accounting. These are cocktail of all these elements, right? So as much as you're good in Excel and you don't have a concept of what you did before, that will be suicidal. And not only having the concept of what you did before, but the Excel function that you're supposed to apply on the same questions that you're handling now in business data analytics. For example, you're doing financial management and you're asked of the concept of net present value. Remember, what you did at your basic level, you're doing it manually, having all the formulas, right? But in Excel, all you need to do is to know the function. Whatever that you're doing in the office with Excel, you're not doing NPV in the office with Excel, right? As much as you're very good in Excel, you're not doing NPV in the office with Excel. You're not doing IRR in the office, of course, in the office with Excel. At this point in Excel, while you are working, you're not using regression analysis. And this is what you're going to get basically in your exams, right? The basic concept that you had when you're doing your basic levels, plus now the functions in Excel. So these functions are what you need to strengthen basically you need to put your effort on, so that once you have this combination, it will be very, very easy for you to handle business data analytics. It is not a complex paper. And that's why I want to take this chance to invite anyone who is doing business data analytics, regardless of where you've been studying. We don't care where you've been studying, right? All we care is for you to pass this paper. So, regardless of where you've been studying, all you need to do is join these revision sessions that you're having for business data analytics. With the knowledge that you have, combining it with the revisions that you are offering, trust you me, right? You'll come back here saying, Mwalimu, you really help us. And of course, majority of you mtanunua nyama, right? Majority of you normally tend to buy Mwalimu choma, which I normally tend to appreciate a lot, right? So make sure that regardless of where you've been attending your tuition, regardless of maybe what you have for BDS, so long as it's not Mdarasa's content, make sure that you get the revision. Make sure that you get the revision videos from Mdarasa. You can attest this with what we did in our revision last semester, and of course, what was attested the same semester. I won't go maybe further than that, right? But check our revisions for last semester and what was stated last semester. You'll be happy. And of course, you're going to attest that things are okay, right? So make sure that you get in touch with us on the number indicated below here. We have a subsidized prices for you. And also, if I told you can take advantage of this Easter, you'll just be very, very okay. Okay? So in addition to that, the revision for other classes are also ongoing. We have the pre-recorded version, which you can basically get access to the videos, as well as if at all you want to attend the live revision classes, you can also do so. All you need to do is simply to get in touch with us. Or in this case, you can make it easy by going to our platform, which is app.mdarasa.co.ke. That is app.mdarasa.co.ke. Make sure you sign up as a student. Don't sign up as a lecturer if you're not a lecturer. Sign up as a student, then get access to all these revision materials. All Mwalimu needs is for you guys to pass these exams. That is always our happiness, right? For you guys to pass. So I'll be having more of this talk, of course, as we proceed. And I know by the time you go to your exams, with all these talks and taking advantage of the revisions that you're having, all of us will be having a very high probability of passing this paper. To that point, I will have wished to engage you more and more and more. But for today, let that be enough for today, right? And I wish you all the best during this Easter holidays as you enjoy. For those who are driving, make sure that you drive safe. For those basically who have gone to Mombasa and other areas to enjoy, make sure that you keep safe. And also, because of the Rasa, you can study anywhere, anytime. Take advantage of the package that you're having. You study anywhere, even while you're in Maldives. Maybe you've gone to Mombasa, you can study anytime, right? So to that point, guys, thank you so much. See you in our next basically segment where we'll be having more of these talks. As I've mentioned, you can download the model papers attached below this video, as well as the theory Q&A for FM and FR. I'll be uploading the rest as we continue. To that point, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.